Imagine a heart-wrenching scene where a tiger cub's life hangs by a thread and the anguished cries of its mother pierce the air. But in this moment of despair, a glimmer of hope emerges as a compassionate human steps forward, ready to save them both. Prepare to witness a tale of love, resilience, and the extraordinary power of one man's intervention. Miracle of maternal love. Caitlin's triumph. In an Australian zoo, nestled in a haven dedicated to the protection and preservation of endangered species, anticipation hung heavy in the air. Caitlin, a Sumatran tiger, was on the verge of giving birth, and the zoo staff were filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The Sumatran tiger is not only the world's smallest tiger species, but also one of the most endangered, with only 400 remaining in the wild. While zoos are not an ideal habitat for any animal, they provide a refuge for endangered species like Caitlin. Here, the dedicated and caring staff were committed to creating a safe and nurturing environment for these precious creatures. Caitlin's pregnancy was a source of immense joy for the staff. Every day, they meticulously tended to her needs, ensuring her well-being and hoping for a successful birth. As the time approached, nervous energy filled the zoo, for the lives of Caitlin and her unborn cubs held the fate of their entire Sumatran tiger lineage. Restless and agitated, Caitlin paced around her enclosure on the carefully laid straw, emitting painful whimpering sounds. It was clear that the moment of birth was imminent. Finally, Caitlin could no longer hold on, and she settled down, her labored breathing signaling the onset of the delivery. Amidst an atmosphere of anxious anticipation, the first tiger cub's head emerged into the world. With unwavering determination, Caitlin gave her all, tirelessly aiding the cub's birth. Yet the elation was short-lived as a troubling realization dawned upon the staff and Caitlin. The tiger cub was not breathing. Anxiety gripped everyone's hearts as they witnessed Caitlin's growing concern. She diligently licked her newborn cub, hoping to rouse it from its lifeless state. Despite her best efforts, the cub remained stiff and unresponsive. Worries consumed the staff, but they hesitated to intervene, fearing that any interference could jeopardize the delicate delivery process. Rather than giving in to despair or turning away from her motionless offspring like some other animals might, Caitlin's instinctual love and determination shone through. She persisted in her efforts, tirelessly licking and nudging the cub, desperately trying to awaken it. And then, just when all seemed lost, a miracle unfolded before their eyes. Caitlin's unwavering love and devotion paid off. The cub stirred, its tiny belly rising and falling rhythmically, mirroring its mother's breath. The miracle of life had triumphed, and tears of joy welled up in the eyes of the staff, moved by the incredible display of maternal love. However, Caitlin's journey was not yet over. She took a moment to replenish her strength before embarking on the delivery once again. The collective heartbeats of those witnessing the scene quickened, fearing a repeat of the previous ordeal. But fortune smiled upon them as Caitlin successfully gave birth to her second tiger cub, both cubs now safe in her care. The resounding cheers and jubilation from the staff echoed through the zoo. The birth of these two tiger cubs represented not only a miracle, but also a glimmer of hope for the endangered Sumatran tiger race. Their arrival symbolized the preservation of a species on the brink of extinction. Meanwhile, in the depths of a nearby mountain forest, another tiger cub faced a different peril. Separated from its mother and entangled in a tree branch, it struggled to free itself. The wire that bound it grew tighter with every twist and turn, causing the cub great pain. Fortuitously, two compassionate members of a rescue team happened upon the trapped cub. Fearful yet determined, the cub roared warningly, trying to ward off the humans. Undeterred, the rescuers devised a plan to free the cub from its entanglement. With caution and courage, they approached the cub, attempting to calm its fears. One rescuer deftly inserted a branch into the cub's mouth, neutralizing its dangerous fangs. The other carefully untangled the wire, aware of the cub's agony. Though the process was fraught with resistance, the cub was eventually freed. As the rescuers retreated to a safer vantage point, the cub stared up at their faces, recognizing the kindness that had saved its life. In an act of gratitude, it hurriedly scampered away, seeking the reunion it so desperately desired with its mother. This extraordinary tale reminds us that the power of maternal love transcends all boundaries, even within the fierce heart of a tiger.